So everyone, today we are going to discuss about the topic on marketing. Marketing as an introduction. Marketing is the study and management of exchange relationship. Marketing is a business process of creating relationships with and satisfying customers. With its focus on the customer, marketing is one of the premier components of business management. The father of the marketing, Philip Kotler, defines marketing as satisfying needs and wants through an exchange process. He basically stated that marketing activities is the satisfaction of human wants and to derive profits thereof. The following are the most significant objectives that must be used to satisfy your customer, like ask them their needs and wants. You have to see what they want basically. You have to satisfy the products as per their choice preferences. As Philip Kotler also stated that customer is the king in the marketing. Customer is the king is an old age mantra reflecting the importance of customers or consumer in every business. Traditionally, it means the promise to provide good products or services. With evolving technology, it means a lot more than just product or services. So we can also state that the success basically implies finding the ways of attaining maximum effectiveness in the development of their resources to meet the need of clients. The firm are forced to see every area of the expenditure to minimize waste and maximize the return for the company itself, and also has to satisfy the consumer themselves. So this is very possible through viable and matching policies. The scope of the marketing. The marketing is typically seen as the task of creating. You have to create the needs and wants of the customer. You have to actually see your customers. You have to retain your customers. You have to promote your products. So it's basically a system of creating, promoting, and delivering the goods to the customers and the other business if you are dealing with. The objective of the marketing is to ascertain consumer needs and convert them into ideas, product, or services. And finally, you have to move these ideas, you have to make reach in the approach of the customer, you have to make reachable approach of these goods to the customers so that they can be satisfied. You have to see the certain needs and wants of specific customer segments with emphasis on the profitability, assuring the optimum user resources available to the organization. See, the change is very continuing perception, very continuing precaution, preoccupation among the markets. One must has to see the developments gradually and progressively. Once a pattern is established, the trends can be ascertained. Thus, personal computers have turned smaller in size but are more powerful than earlier. If we see a computer, earlier the computer was very huge, but nowadays, because of technology, the consumer becomes small but they are very powerful. One more example in this, the number of features in software has rapidly increased. It is a story of all the products that you can see, like CBS, IBM, HP, Kodak, Shell, DuPont, Ponds. Every company is changing now because of the change rule. Marketing is the most dynamic field where change rule the most. Marketers main 10 types of entities. Now, basically, marketers deal with the goods. Goods can be tangible, goods can be intangible, goods can be defined and something tangible that can be offered to market to satisfy a need and want of the consumer. Goods can be classified into physical goods, fast moving consumer goods, consumer durable goods. Consumer durable goods are like television, gas appliances, fans. that actually produced and consumed in very much large quantity. The next section basically explain the services. The services we can say now in today's scenarios, India actually deal in number of services. As the economies advance, a growing proportion of their activities focus on production of services. The services include the work of hotels, airlines, banks, insurance companies, transportation, corporations, as well as professional like lawyers, doctors, teachers. And if we talk about experience, besides services and goods, one can create and stage the market experiences also. The next one is events. Market promote time-based, theme-based, or special events. For example, one has to actually see the wedding event. One can see the wedding event. Now there is whole event management company who actually see the needs and wants of the customer and actually plan out the wedding as per their needs. And one more example I want to state is Filmfare Awards. These are events. There is a whole profession of event managers who work out the details of event and stage it. Person. Person like celebrity marketing has become a major business. Year ago, someone seeking fame would hire a press agent to plan stories in newspaper and magazine. See, it is very old approach. It is a very traditional approach. Celebrities earlier they were used in the magazines and newspaper to promote their product, but nowadays there are ads. We have seen number of ads like Mr. Amitabh Bachchan is actually posting KBC and also in the ad of and also promote that particular TVC ad. So the one has to actually, when they use a person with a fame, a celebrity who is very well known in the well known in the city or a country, will promote the product. The consumers will demand for the same product. The next is places. Places include cities, states, region, and the whole nation. To attract tourists, factories, company headquarters, and new residents. Like places, if we talk about New Delhi, that is basically concerned with the software capital. It is well known as a software capital. Surat is well known as diamond for the diamond business. And if we talk about Hyderabad, Kerala, that is another tourism place. All these are the goods and services provided by the companies to different consumers. Properties. Properties are intangible right of ownership of either real property or financial property. If we are actually dealing with the real estate, like the Sahara Group, they actually made the building, they construct the building, and they also sell it. So what is this? This is basically they actually provide the customer with the with constructing buildings. So it is part of their business. And if you deal with the financial property like share, debt, and instruments, that means somehow you are actually in the share market business. Organizations. Organization actually work to build a strong, favorable image in the mind of their publics. But information can be produced and marketed as a product. One has to actually provide the properly information to the customers. Customer value, satisfaction, and loyalty are intangible inputs in today's successful marketing strategy. So, on the one hand, marketing company has to actually provide them the whole information about their goods and services so that your consumer can be retained. Ideas. Filmmakers, marketing executives, and advertising continuously look for a creative spark or an idea that can immortalize them and their work. The idea means receiving a social cause or an issue that can change the life of many. For example, the camp which is actually very much promoted by Ms. Aishwarya Rai to donate the eyes after the death. That is basically the idea, the whole concept of the market. One has to very clear about these concepts from where you have to actually start with your marketing process. One has to see these core concepts. The core concept of the market includes needs, wants and demands, product or the offering. The next one is value and the satisfaction. And the last one is exchange and the transaction. Yes. If we talk about the core concept, the marketing has defined in many different ways. They thought from the time to time and the changing circumstances or over the period of time, and numerous concepts have been stemmed. So there are some core concepts. The first core concept is needs, wants, and demands. Let's see what is needs. Need is a desire or wish that are psychologically security, esteem, and actualization. That is actually concerned with psychological need, security need, esteem, and actualization. So, psychology needs is basically concerned with the basic needs are also there. The basic needs are concerned with the food, shelter, clothing, security. All these are the needs or the desire of a consumer. Like people need food, air, water, clothing, and shelter to survive. People who also have a strong need for recreation, education, and entertainment. So each person wants to excel another in each walk of a life. So for example, for hungry people, a food is basically a need. He actually wants a need. He actually have to eat the food to survive to survive. And now see what is want. A want is something wanting an efficiency. A want in a marketing terminology means need plus ability to pay. A needs become want when they are directed to specific object they might satisfy the need. They must actually clear about what they want and they have ability to pay. When we talk of wants, then the wants means basically it's basically what the people want. Like I am hungry, I want to eat food, then and I want to eat dal rice only. That means that is what I basically want, and I am able to pay for my dal rice. So one has to be very specific about the want. It is not a wish; it is different from the wish. The one has to be very specific, very clear, very concerned about the want. Demand. Demand are wants for specific product backed up by the ability to pay. Many people want a big and beautiful house. Only a few are able and willing to buy one. When need arise, wants crop up, there comes demand. Demand is a situation where the person is willing to pay a product and has the ability to pay for it. The that demand is expression of a need supported by his purchasing power. That is, there is difference between need, want, and demand. You have to be clarify on this concept first. Need is different, want is different, and demand is different. Need is just a wish, want is a selected need, and demand is a clear cut commitment. That is an item of a need, maybe want for someone else and demand for other. If if wishes were horses, everybody would have ridden. It is a very well known proverb. So one has to be very clear about the needs, want, and the desire and the demand of its own. The next is the next process. Here comes a product or a offering. The marketing offer is the offer that marketing companies or the market maker as per the requirement of the consumer. The market offer stands for a product that satisfy the need of consumer in needs of quality, quantity, time, price, regularity, plain, and so on. The product can be tangible or intangible. So people satisfy their needs and wants with the products. A product isn't any offering that can satisfy a need or a want. A brand is an offering from a known source only. Marketer creates needs or marketers get people to buy things they don't want. Marketers do not create needs, they create customers only. They actually seek the needs of the customer. Each company has market offer consisting of product or services or product line or service line where customer is to choose from the product line. Product line make company's product portfolio that whole company has in its basket to offer to consumer or class of consumers. The market offer has to meet the consumer expectations, a real value for money, maximum benefit at a reasonably low price. Like marketers might promote the idea that the Mercedes would satisfy a person need for social status, value, and the satisfaction. The next clearly explain the concept of value. Value as seen from the angle of customer. It is the capacity of the product or services from which the consumer derive a certain level of satisfaction. The product or offering will be successful if it delivers value and satisfaction to the target buyer. The consumer gets benefits and assume cost. The benefit include functional benefits and emotional benefits. The cost include monetary cost, time cost, energy cost, and psychic cost. Value is given like this, the benefits upon the cost. A value is judged by the level of satisfaction. Thus, if satisfaction level is low, it means the product is of low value to the consumer and the vice versa. Satisfaction is a state of a mind and that cannot be measured as it cannot be quantified. Here, the concept of cost is very relevant. Both producers and consumers are keenly interested in the concept of cost. For example, an item given free of cost or easily purchasable prices, people grab the opportunity. If an item is available to you free of cost, obviously you will grab that opportunity. That means who otherwise are hesitant to buy that particular thing, it might be possible. You don't have money, you are not purchasing that particular product. But someone is offering you in free, you will definitely purchase that. That means somehow it is related with your satisfaction also. The next is exchange and transaction. Exchange is the base of the marketing. In fact, another name for exchange is marketing. Producers and manufacturers are making available all sort of goods needed by the society, giving weightage to quality, price, time, regularity, and so on. These are exchanged for money or money's worth. If there is no money, there is no meaning. Though there is no meaning. That means exchange is a core concept of a marketing that involves obtaining a desired product from someone by offering something in return. There must be five conditions that has to be satisfied if there is exchange. The first is there must be involvement of two parties. Each party has something that might be of value to another party. The buyer must have the product that he wants to. The buyer must have the capacity to pay that product, and the seller must have the product which a customer wants. Each party is capable of communication and delivery. Each party is free to accept or reject the exchange offer. Each party believes it is appropriate or desirable to deal with the other party. Let's see an example. If Toyota Car Company produces 2000 cars a day and are not exchanged or sold, Toyota Company has to be happy with stock piling up. And out of these 2,000 cars, 700 cars land every day on American soil and rest 1,300 on all over the world. Hence, the exchange is a process where one has to give and take on the basis of fixation of price. If Toyota car doesn't sell any car, that means the stock of car that is being piling up in his go down. The next is transaction. Transaction is deal that takes place between the parties of the exchange, namely buyer and the seller. Seller is ready with goods to part with, and buyer is ready with the money to pay for. Transaction is a deal. It is a trade of a value between two or more parties. A transaction involves several dimensions. at least two things of value agreed upon a condition, a time of agreement, and place of agreement. These dealings or transactions may be cash or a credit. In these days of keen competition, cash dealings form a small part of total dealings. Some companies sell their goods in credit to extent of 90%, where hardly 10% of transactions are of cash type. In today's scenario, the credit is main approachable. Business is multiplying, more and more people are buying the goods services because of credit. The rule is not cash and carry, instead, enjoy now and pay later. Thus, buying a car, flat, house, cost of education are within the reach of a middle and lower middle class because the concept of EMI has turned everybody to enjoy now and pay later. Marketers seek to elicit a behavioral response from another party. The marketing consists of action undertaken to elicit desired responses from a target audience. To affect successful exchanges, marketers analyze what each parties expect from the transactions. So we are done with today's topic. If you have any query, any sort of query is there for you, kindly share.